Hello, I'm Nick Catrona.
And I'm Becca Hendrickson. Dramatic cuts to Temple's athletic program brought nearly 100 student athletes to Tuesday's Board of Trustees meeting in hopes of having their voices heard. However, the board adjourned without an opportunity for the students to speak. We now head over to Tommy Sladek in the newsroom with more on last week's decision to eliminate 7 varsity teams, a decision that drew nationwide attention.
Tommy, the question many around campus are asking is, why did this happen?
Well, Nick, the university announced that it would be cutting 7 of the 24 athletic programs. The 7 programs being cut are baseball, men's crew, men's gymnastics, men's outdoor track and field, men's indoor track and field, softball, and women's rowing. A spokesman for the athletic department says it wasn't an easy decision, but now they'll be able to better serve the 17 teams who remain.
There's 4 reasons, actually, to be exact. The first is financial. I mean, the university is just right now not able to sponsor 24 varsity sports. And reducing to 17 keeps us in line with our peer institutions in the American Athletic Conference.
Keep in mind, every school but one in the American Athletic Conference fields between 16 and 19 teams. This decision will save the athletic department $3 million from their $44 million budget. Doherty says other reasons for the cuts are facilities, student welfare, and Title IX.
And lastly, Title IX balance, to make sure that we are offering the same opportunities for our male and female student athletes in proportion to what our university population is. And so right now we've been able to adjust that with the elimination of these 7 sports.
A statement released by Athletic Director Kevin Clark says, Temple's mission is to provide its student athletes with the high-quality experience they deserve. But with the rising cost of doing business in intercollegiate athletics, it has become impossible to achieve that mission for 24 varsity programs. Fred Turoff, a member of the USA Gymnastics Hall of Fame, is in his 38th season as head coach of the men's gymnastics team. His long list of achievements includes representing the U.S. in the World Championships in 1970. He was inducted into the Temple Hall of Fame in 1984.
Get some other opinions other than the athletic director or maybe the president, because certainly there are creative ways to come up to help support the department, and I'm always willing to help in that.
Roughly 150 student athletes on the 7 cut teams, as well as 9 coaches that will be affected by the decision, which is to go into effect July 1st, 2014. Well, more on this coming up from the sports desk.
And coaches were not the only ones who spoke out about the decision. We took Talia Corus Walk to hear what other students had to say about the change.
From an economic standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. They're bringing in less money than they were making, and that does not balance out. So in that regard, I think, yes, they should have been cut, and it makes sense that they were cut.
Well, I think it's unfortunate for the kids that got their sport cut, obviously. I mean, I guess economically it makes sense. They don't bring in a lot of money like the basketball and football teams did, but it's still sad to see kids work really hard for their sports and them to just be cut.
Oh, I'm sure they were devastated, right? Could you imagine like something that you love to do so much be taken away for money reasons?
Now updates, Simone Cucurullo talked with athletes about their reaction to the news. We'll have that in just a little bit. And the world continues to mourn the loss of former South African President Nelson Mandela. Mandela passed away last Thursday at the age of 95. He was known worldwide for leading the peaceful end to racial segregation in South Africa. Now, he spent 27 years as a political prisoner, and after his release, he went on to win the country's first free presidential election. A memorial was held Tuesday afternoon in South Africa. President Obama, Prince Charles, and Oprah Winfrey were just a few of the attendees.
The university offers the opportunity to study abroad in South Africa every summer, as well as allowing individuals from South Africa to study at Temple University. Temple Update reached out to Nita Hussein, an exchange student from South Africa, about her reaction to the death of Nelson Mandela.
There are lots of people who say,
We'll get back to that in a little bit, but she says that the news was harsh on the country.
Both the Tech Center and the library are open 24 hours as students prepare for their remaining final exams. However, study groups and late-night snacks are not enough to keep students up studying through the early morning hours. Updates' Carrie Deensman says many need at least a cupful of help.
end of the semester is fast approaching, and with the end comes those dreaded final exams. Students throughout Temple's campus have been working hard to get those passing grades. Yet one thing many struggle with during this time of year is their ability to stay awake and alert during study sessions. So what's one key to fighting this battle of fatigue? Well, you may have guessed it.
I drink coffee on a daily basis.
I never don't drink coffee. I couldn't go a day without it.
I like to drink coffee every morning.
Coffee has come to be a staple for many college students as it is proven to have positive effects on studying habits. Studies indicate that the high levels of stimulants in caffeinated beverages increase alertness and improve overall cognitive responses. On Temple's main campus alone, there are over 30 options of coffee outlets to choose from, including Starbucks, Saxby's, food trucks, and more. However, like most good things in life, moderation is key.
It can cause a dehydrating effect and it can act as a diuretic. So if someone starts feeling like kind of dizzy or lightheaded, maybe it's time to kind of stop drinking a caffeinated beverage and switch to just like water to rehydrate.
Yet having coffee in moderation certainly won't hurt. In fact, it is proven to have a number of health benefits, including the ability to reduce the risk of diabetes, gallstones, and liver disease. Before heading out to take those finals, make sure to get a good night's sleep and eat a well-balanced breakfast. And for students looking to get a little extra energy boost, a little coffee won't hurt. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Carolyn Deansman.
The end of the fall semester is drawing to a close, and there are some important dates you need to know before heading home for the holidays.
Update's Karina Chung is in the newsroom with a breakdown of all the dates you need to know. Karina?
Thanks, Becca. Finals week is coming to a close and wrapping up at the end of this week. Here are some key dates to take note of for the end of this semester and the upcoming spring. Final exams began last Monday, December 9th, and will come to a close this Saturday, December 14th. December 15th at noon, all dorms will be officially closed. We talked to students to see how they were planning on spending their winter breaks.
I am first spending 2 days to recover, and then after that I am actually getting on a plane and flying to see my family in Seattle.
I'm going to be working at Hallmark, and I'm also going to be taking a trip to Costa Rica.
I am actually staying here. I have an apartment like right across the walk over here. We're just having a couple parties, ugly sweater parties, stuff like that.
I'm going home in 2 weeks, and I'm probably going to be home for about 2 or 3 weeks. I can't go home for as long as I'd like to because I have work.
Student dorms will reopen Sunday, January 19th at 10 a.m. And for graduating students, January 31st is Diploma Day. The School of SMC will hold their graduation ceremony at the Temple Performing Arts Center at 11 a.m. Finally, for those who are not graduating, the spring semester will begin on Tuesday, January 21st. Now, Becca and Tasia, I can't wait for the beginning of a new year, but I'm really looking forward to this break. Becca, back to you.
Thanks, Karina. Student feedback forms are now closed, and just about 55% of university students completed their forms for fall 2013. Students who filled them out can now log on to see teacher ratings from previous students for the spring 2014 semester. And we all know student feedback forms mean the end of the fall semester is finally here, and with it comes some cold weather. Luckily, I don't have to travel too far, but for students who do, let's head outside where Alexandra Gallo is standing by with your holiday forecast. Allie, what do you have for us today?
Thanks, guys. I'm live on Leah Corus Walk, where, as you can see, campus has really started to quiet down. Students are finishing up their finals today and tomorrow, so within these next few days, we're going to be heading home for good for winter break. Currently, it is 26 degrees in the city. It is freezing cold, but the sun is shining, and there is a 0% chance of rain for the day, which is good news for travelers. Now, since so many students are making their way home, let's take a look at some current conditions up and down the East Coast. It is about 23 degrees in New York City, but farther north in New York, like in Albany, it's much colder at 17 degrees, but still mostly sunny. 22 degrees in Boston, plentiful sunshine, and again a 0% chance of rain today. Down south of us, still cold in D.C. with temperatures currently at 29 degrees, 29 in Richmond, Virginia as well. Even farther down south, temperatures are in the 40s in Charleston, South Carolina. And for those of you heading all the way down to Florida, it is a beautiful 61 degrees in Orlando. Now, we are definitely lucking out. Conditions aren't nearly as bad as they were a few weeks ago when we were heading home for Thanksgiving break. I'm going to head inside to warm up a bit, but I'll be back later.
Thanks, Allie. Let's now go to 16th Street and the Comcast Center. Every hour on the hour, onlookers gather together to watch the 2013 Holiday Spectacular. Musical snowmen, visuals of the 12 Days of Christmas, and ice skaters were displayed in the lobby to get the viewers in the holiday spirit.
And the countdown is on. Franklin Square is lit up and ready for the holidays. The new electrical spectacle, a holiday light show, features more than 50,000 lights and music from Christmas classics. The park's Liberty Carousel and the new hotspot at Philly Mini Golf are just a few of the attractions located around the square. The light show is on display until December 31st.
Now, one activity I love to do during the winter is ice skating. Joining us now is Ryan Hutchison. Ryan headed to one of Philadelphia's most popular skating rinks to take a few laps.
I sure did. Well, thank you, Becca. There's a lot of different things you can do in Philadelphia this time of year with all the light shows, Christmas Village, and who could forget visiting the mall with Santa Claus. There's one more place with a little something for everybody. Penn's Landing is host to the Blue Cross River Rink, an outdoor ice skating rink on the bank of the Delaware River overlooking the Camden Aquarium and the Battleship, New Jersey. The rink has been a favorite day trip destination for people of all ages for the past 20 years.
This is a fabulous place. There's a lot more than I expected. How about you, Tor?
It's really fun because there's games and Santa's here.
We spoke with Santa Claus and he told us why he enjoys visiting the river rink so much.
This is one of my favorites because it's reminiscent of the North Pole with the ice skating rink, and especially now with the wonderful decorations, it makes me feel very much at home.
In addition to the skating that's been a Philadelphia mainstay for the past 2 decades, the river rink now boasts a whole winter wonderland of family activities built on what was just a parking lot only a year ago. The former parking lot was transformed into a complex containing a food court with a diverse selection of hot food, hot chocolate, and cold beer, live actors such as elves and the Sleeping Lord, a tree farm selling pre-cut Christmas trees, and an indoor flea market selling bags, clothing, and Christmas tree ornaments.
We added some of these new things just to animate what is a parking lot down here with the Blue Cross River Rink. We wanted to animate the space for the 20th anniversary and just bring people from the surrounding area down to enjoy the waterfront.
While nothing is set in stone just yet, River Rink manager David Moore hopes the new additions will become permanent fixtures at the River Rink for years to come.
We hope that this will be a great success of the Blue Cross River Rink with adding the Waterfront Winterfest, so hopefully it'll just be bigger and better for next year.
Well, it was my first time at the rink, and while I didn't actually skate, I'm really looking forward to going back there and actually doing it.
That sounds like a lot of fun, Ryan. We'll definitely have to make a trip down to Penn's Landing before the end of the holiday season.
Definitely. Thank you, Ryan. The River Rink is not the only place to get in the holiday spirit. The 20th annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony in Love Park kicked off the holiday season in Center City. You might recognize her from Temple Update. Miss Philadelphia 2013, Francesca Ruscio, was just one of the musical acts to perform. Over 60 vendors set up shop for the month of December. Mayor Nutter and other city officials flipped the switch to light the 38-foot tall tree with over 6,000 lights.
We've been seeing the sights of London all semester, but when we return, we'll talk to some students abroad.
Plus Updates Alex Keller is live in Center City with a family-friendly and festive holiday treat. And are you looking for a quick holiday dessert? Get your recipe book ready. You don't want to miss this one.
I'm Tommy Sladek here at the Sports Desk. Simone Cucurullo talked to athletes who will no longer be representing the Cherry and White after this season.
Plus, Ali Gallo is warming up from the cold to give you your 5-day forecast.
And much more coming up.
Gathering around a Thanksgiving table of their own. The program rented out a conference table room and gathered around multiple tables and enjoyed a 3-course meal. Students and advisors celebrated the holiday while appreciating how thankful they are to be in London.
Now we're going to go live to London, where we have been receiving reports from Temple students who have been abroad in the fall semester.
Rob Monroe and Mariana Zimmerman are 2 of our reporters in London. Let's hear what they have to say about their semester abroad.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
So, can you just first of all tell us a little about your experience in London?
Well, we arrived here in the end of August and did a full semester. We took classes and also we participated in internship over here. And then we had just tons of time to travel around, see London, see Europe, see England. So,
what's been the most what's been the most exciting part of your experience in London?
To me, the most exciting part is the change in culture. Being around so many different types of people, so many different languages. You could be on a bus and have 4 different languages swirling around your ears. So to me, that's been the most exciting.
Now you guys have gotten the opportunity to not only be in London, but just to study in different parts of Europe as well. What was your favorite place to go?
Well, when we were on fall break, we got to travel. We got 10 days off. And so I actually was able to go to Spain and Portugal, and definitely Barcelona in Spain. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was 80 degrees, shorts, t-shirt on the beach. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Now we hear that you have some sound from other students about their experiences in London. Can we hear a little bit of that?
Yes. Temple Londoners are wrapping up their semester of a lifetime, and they depart on Sunday back to the United States.
But before they do, here's a few things they had to say about what they will miss most.
What I'm going to miss most about London is being able to interact with the locals, because it was really unique to be able to discover the differences between our culture, even though we speak the same language.
I'm going to miss the efficiency of the tube. Even when it's down, it's still better than the Philly subway. British children, Wasabi, which is my favorite sushi restaurant.
I'm just going to miss the general atmosphere of being here. I'm just being in a different place.
Definitely going to miss being able to just take a train, take a bus to another country and be there in less than 24 hours.
I'm going to miss the double-decker buses.
If anyone has a chance to study abroad, London is the perfect place to go.
Now, the other students were talking a lot about what they're going to miss about London, but what are you looking forward to for coming home to the States?
I think the number one thing would be the exchange rate. It's so expensive here. I think people warned me when I was coming here, but I didn't really believe them and didn't realize until I got here. Like, $1 is only worth like 60 pence here.
Yeah.
So big difference.
Yeah, I'm going to miss our family and basically no more language barriers. So everybody will be able to understand what I'm saying to them.
All right, now we've been preparing for the holiday season here in Philadelphia. How have Londoners been preparing for the holiday season back in London?
They actually start right after Halloween. It's different here because they don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So as soon as Halloween is over, they jump right into Christmas. Yes, and their decorations are amazing. I mean, streets all over have like huge ornaments and trees and yeah.
All right, thank you guys.
We hope you enjoy the rest of your time in London.
Thank
Ken
you.
Kaiser has
We'll
just
see
been
you soon.
appointed the University Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer. Kaiser has been a member of the Temple University community for 20 years, most recently as Senior Associate Vice President for Finance and Human Resources. He now has a few extra responsibilities.
It's really about making sure that Temple's finances remain strong and that Temple remains in compliance with all, I'll say, auditing requirements and federal and state regulations when it comes to the business and finance of the university.
Kaiser will begin his new role on July 1st.
Gun violence is a concern in Philadelphia and nationwide. One Temple alum has taken his experiences from campus to form a nonprofit organization to benefit victims of gun violence. Christopher Hayes started at Temple. Issues surrounding gun violence were the last thing on his mind. After experiencing 2 shooting incidents, including one in 2005 that took the life of his friend and classmate, Hayes decided to take a stand against gun violence.
2 years later, my friend was shot and killed in his off-campus Temple University house as well. So I kind of started this foundation following the Sandy Hook events, and it brought back memories of losing a friend.
Hayes founded the Gun Violence Survivors Foundation, an organization which seeks to help victims heal by entering them in a survivor registry to provide support in areas such as mental health care and funeral benefits.
I'm looking to create a foundation that will bring trust back to nonprofits, and people can see where their money is going, how it's being used. And I'm trying to create a more transparent nonprofit that'll generate a buzz amongst the youth.
And that it did. Hayes held the official kickoff meeting for his organization earlier this month at the Fieldhouse in Philadelphia. All profits from the event will go to help local victims of gun violence.
We're just going to be picking out families, like local families to begin with, but as we grow, we hope to become on a national scale and help families from across America who are survivors of gun violence.
Now, Hayes did say that as he has returned to campus, he feels a lot safer now than he did as a student, noting that Temple has the second largest police force in Pennsylvania.
December is finally here, and with it comes freezing cold temperatures. Now, wouldn't it be nice to have food delivered to your apartment or dorm? Well, now you can. Temple students started the Legit Delivery food truck service. The service allows customers to order from multiple food trucks with only one delivery fee. Best of all, the company works hand in hand with food trucks all around campus.
When people can just go into the website and order online, and then when you order online, you get the order gets sent right away to the biker, and then your food be ready in less than 30 minutes.
LegitDelivery.com to start your order.
Still to come on Temple Update, where can you find food, fun, and a festive sight? Alex Keller is live in Center City with the latest.
And Tommy Sladek will show you what some Temple athletes are tweeting about since the loss of 7 varsity sports. We'll be right back. Holiday festivities are in full swing all throughout the city. We've shown you some light shows and the perfect place for outdoor skating, and now we'll take you for a trip down the railroad.
Let's head to Alexandra Keller, who is live right outside of Reading Terminal Market. Alex?
Crowds will soon be gathering here to enjoy what has become a...
Stand by. Technical difficulties. Oh.
Children's faces light up as they experience the rumbling trains of the model railroad display inside the Reading Terminal Market. The 500 square foot display is made up of nearly 1/3 of a mile of railroad track. Shoppers of all ages stop to take in the sights.
This is actually a really nice thing that they do down here by setting up the trains for the holiday season. I also like that they have area traditions as well. They have a New Jersey Transit train in there, which kind of brings the look of the area.
The 12 working train lines wind through snow-covered trees, a Christmas village, and even Center City. The railroad has become one of Philadelphia's most popular holiday attractions. Free to enter, market workers say this is one of their busiest times of year.
It's very crowded, especially during weekends. It's crowded inside the market, but it's fun. It's entertaining.
Many families look forward to coming to this giant model train display each year, and for most, it has become a family tradition.
My son is 6 years old and he is very fond of trains. So he likes to come down, he wants to see the trains every year now. And we've made this a family tradition to come down to the Reading Terminal Market. This is a good holiday tradition for me and my family, as well as some of the other stuff around Philadelphia.
And it looks like we lost that live shot at Reading Terminal Market, but that was Alexandra Keller reporting for Temple Update. Now, Update has been following all of the developments surrounding the recent cuts to the athletic program. Tommy Sladek is at the sports desk with an in-depth look.
Coaches in the AD for Communications were not the only individuals to speak out about the recent cuts to Temple's athletic programs. Update's Simone Cucurullo sat down with a few student athletes to find out how they are handling the news.
Members of the softball team are among those to express heartbreak, shock, and sadness since the decision was made to eliminate 7 of Temple's 24 athletic programs.
It was a huge shock because we all came here and we're away from our families, so we got close with each other. And then feeling like we just got it ripped away from us it's heartbreaking.
The decision was announced in a brief meeting held by Athletic Director Kevin Clark just 3 days before the start of finals week.
I have 4 finals this week, and I haven't been able to sit down for more than 20 minutes without thinking about it, so the timing could have been better.
I was sitting in my room yesterday trying to study for a final, and an hour in, I just kind of sat there kind of dazed, just kind of thinking about, whether, we're going to play a season, whether we're going to have kids to play a season, whether we're going to, what are my coaches going to do?
Although the university granted athletes the option to transfer without penalty, the baseball team unanimously voted to play their final season together as a family.
It's an easy decision for us because we're 5th years. We have 1 semester left. But for guys, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, to just basically say, we're gonna give you our final season.
Many of the athletes have expressed more than just personal anxiety. So many of them are worried about what will become of their coaches and their legacies. After the news was delivered, junior Dan Sipsner gathered with his crew teammates to listen to a message from their longtime coach, Gavin White.
He said, the worst part of this is I've poured my heart and soul out. I bleed Temple blood. I bleed cherry and white. And in 10 years, nobody's even going to remember us.
Although Clark has said his decision was final, there has been overwhelming support to help save the eliminated programs, including multiple online petitions. The student athletes hope that this outcry of support will help give their teams a second chance. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Simone Cucurullo.
Many student athletes are using Twitter to voice their opinions on their sports being cut. Matt Hockenberry, a senior on the baseball team, said, "Currently watching Act of Valor in honor of the soldiers out there fighting for my freedom while I safely fight #Temple Baseball, #love." Softball pitcher Jessica Mahoney said, "Heartbroken that this will be my last year wearing a Temple softball uniform. Met my best friends through this program." Casey Palizzotto, a member of the gymnastics team, tweeted 7 sports cuts today. ... speechless, ... #save Temple Athletics, #TUMG. Softball catcher Steph Pascal shared her thoughts, tweeting, "Woohoo! I hope Temple feels really good about ruining many great athletes' opportunities to be successful with the 7 team cuts now. Way to go." The sports desk will continue to follow the athletes and coaches as they figure out their next move. It's a tough transition, but let's take a look at the hardwood. On Saturday, the men's basketball team hosted the Texas Longhorns at the Wells Fargo Center. In the first half, it was all Texas. The Longhorns led by as many as 16 points, thanks in part to this diving layup by Taylor. This deficit, however, did not hold back the trailing Owls. After a Temple rally midway through the second half, Dalton Pepper assists a running Anthony Lee, who runs down to tie the game up at 70. Now in the overtime period, Temple up 80-78, 12 seconds to go. Texas's Javon Felix catches the ball off the pick and chucks up a 3-point prayer, somehow swishing the shot. The Owls go on to lose the game in overtime, 81-80. The next time you can see the basketball team in action will be on December 18th at the Liacouras Center. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. The semester may be over, but the Sports Desk is a year-round gig. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at @TU_SportsDesk for the latest. I'm Tommy Sladek. Back to you.
And it's time for another break, but when we return...
Baker Dave, the man responsible for all your favorite treats around campus, and today he will be showing us how to make cake truffles.
And they're delicious.
And Frank and Sally will show you how to dress for the last days of finals.
We'll be right back.
Can't sing.
In the words of Buddy the Elf, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is to sing aloud for all to hear. Temple University's premier a cappella group, Broad Street Line, performed their 10-year anniversary concert in the Temple Performing Arts Center. The performance consisted of all 3 generations of the group since its founding in 2003. The set list included hit singles by Coldplay, Montel Jordan, and Cobra Starship.
Now, if you're anything like me, the best part of Christmas dinner is dessert. Now, my producer Steph Craig and I are definitely strangers when it comes to the kitchen, but this year we had a little help preparing a quick and easy holiday treat. We're joined now by Baker Dave, who's responsible for all your favorite treats around campus, like the ones at J&H and the SAC, and he also has his own show on TUTV. It's called Baker Dave Presents.
Now, you may have seen him last year when he came and showed us how to make gingerbread cookies. What do you have for us today?
Today we are making cake truffles.
So how do we get started?
This is a great way to use up old cake. So I have some leftover cake if you had cupcakes, something around the house.
Okay.
But if you don't have cakes around the house, I have some. Who wants to do chocolate and who wants to do snack vanilla? cakes, we're going to call them. Okay, excellent. chocolate and who wants to do vanilla?
I'll do chocolate.
I'll do
Okay,
vanilla.
excellent. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take and put your cake in the bowls, right? And actually, just because I'm being nice,
Aw,
I'm going to let you guys
I
use
just
some
got my nails
gloves.
done, so that's perfect.
We're looking at, right here we have 8 snack cakes, or about 1.5 cups of crumbled up cake. Just dump it in there. And then you're going to take your butter. It's a stick of butter. You're going to have to actually dig it out with your, no,
Okay.
you're going to have to dig it out.
I was going to say,
You're going to get
pouring-
messy. There's no way around that right now, okay?
It's fine, it's fine.
That's why we put on the
Excellent.
gloves.
Yes.
And you might be getting other people messy too. And then we're going to add powdered sugar. And what we have is about 1 cup of powdered sugar. And yours, you'll see a little bit differently here. We're making a spiced chocolate cake right here. So this is going to have some cinnamon in it. It's about 1 tablespoon of cinnamon.
Dump that in there.
So you're going to dump that in there. What we're doing basically is making a buttercream. And you're going to start mixing that like it's meatloaf. Just start getting in there with your hands and getting it mixed up.
Now, you just came up with this recipe today, right?
I did. I just, earlier today, I've seen recipes online that a lot of them seem like they're literally like 1-to-1 icing and cake, and I find them to be a bit much, and they don't set up as nice. I like to add chocolate to mine. So that's 8 ounces of chocolate. We have dark chocolate and we have white chocolate over here. It equates to about 1.5 cups of chips.
Ooh, it's so nice and gooey.
It looks like a dough, almost like a cookie dough. And you're just literally gonna break off a little piece, as you can see here, and just roll it. For the chocolate, I decided just to roll it in some chocolate sprinkles. And then for the white chocolate, we're going to roll those into some broken up peppermint pieces. So if you just take candy canes and just chop, break those up, rolling pin or whatever you want to do.
And then they're ready right away?
They're ready now. Like,
They're
seriously,
ready now?
pop one in your mouth.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Good. Whose is better, though?
Peppermint. Keep in mind, this is the holidays.
I don't know. I mean, they're both delicious. I'm not going to lie.
Chocolate's better, though. That's fine. Well, this is a great, simple treat to make, family, quick holiday treat. So thank you so much for joining us today, Baker Dave.
And once again, you can see Baker Dave on TUTV. He has his own show there called Baker Dave Presents.
Still to come, Alexandra Gallo will be here with your holiday forecast.
And we say farewell to the Temple Update graduating class and hello to faces we haven't seen in 25 years.
But first, Tashiana Luke gives us a tour around America to take a look at the most popular Christmas trees.
It's that time of year when major cities and small towns hold their annual tree lighting ceremonies. It's not only the style of the Christmas tree, but the size that matters. We're counting down the top 5 tallest Christmas trees across the country. Coming in at number 5 and standing 100 feet tall is my personal favorite, Mayor's Christmas tree at Crown Center Square, located in Kansas City, Missouri. Number 4 is the Americana at Brand in the Grove in California. Number 3 is the Outlets at Anthem in Arizona, standing at 110 feet tall. Coming in at number 2 is the Victorian Village in Ferndale, California. And holding all the bragging rights for this year, standing at 161 feet, is the tree at Coeur d'Alene Resort in Idaho. The star alone stands 10 feet tall. And I don't know about you guys, but this Christmas tree makes mine look like Charlie Brown's. This has been The List. I'm Tashiana Luke. Temple Update will be right back.
In the spirit of the holidays, Temple students and staff gave back to the community with the 2nd annual Family Support Toy Drive. Toys filled the room and are going to be donated to those in need. Other contributions included sponsoring a child and helping fill a wish list. Toy donations were accepted between November 1st and December 9th at 1700 North Broad. Now it looks like, Allie Gallo, you're finally warming up from the cold outside. How are you doing now?
Much better, thank you so much. Good morning again and happy almost winter break. We had an Arctic front come through last night, which is why it feels much colder today. Currently, it is 26 degrees and partly cloudy. It's going to be a high of 27 degrees today. Of course, Frank the frat boy has on his Santa hat, but it's definitely staying warm with his winter coat and gloves. Make sure you do the same. Looking ahead to your weekend and 5-day forecast for the area, tonight will be a low of a freezing 18 degrees. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th, but there won't be any unlucky weather conditions out there just yet. It will warm up to a high of 32 degrees. The sun will be shining, and again there will be a 0% chance of rain. Saturday is where we're going to have some problems. We're going to see snow for the 3rd time not only this season, but this week. It will be a high of 33 degrees. We're still working on exactly how much snow, but definitely expect some accumulation. Ending your weekend, Sunday will be a high of 39 degrees, and the sun will be back out, melting the snow. The low will then drop down to 21 degrees, so be careful of that black ice. Starting out your week, your first official day with no classes or finals, Monday will be a high of 30 degrees with mostly sunny skies and a low of 21. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for continuous updates throughout the break at @TU_WeatherWatch. Good luck finishing up your finals and be safe getting home. Happy holidays from the Temple Update Weather Center. Again, I'm Alexandra Gallo. Guys, back to you.
2013 has been an amazing year for Temple Update, and if you ask me, I think it's probably been the best year for Temple Update.
I'm definitely going to have to agree with that one, Nick, and it's not just because we're here. I think Temple Update is really just getting started.
I can't wait to see what the show looks like in 2038, and hopefully we can come back and say hello.
Let's take a trip back to the 80s.
Hello and welcome to Temple Update. I'm Ann Lingerfelter.
And I'm Victoria Lim. Senator Edward Kennedy visited Temple yesterday to campaign for Democratic presidential hopeful Michael Dukakis. Kennedy says the Reagan-Bush administration is an anti-education one, adding the administration would rather fund the Contras than give money to students to attend college.
The CIA is recruiting students to break the law. At least that's what some Temple law students say. Members of the National Lawyers Guild protested recently when CIA recruiters came to campus.
And this year of the Olympic Games, Temple is proud to have a former and some future Olympians in its field hockey program.
Cheryl Boylan has more.
Temple University, field hockey, and the Olympic Games. It was a winning combination for head field hockey coach Gwen Cheeseman-Alexander in the 1984 games.
Now, 2 of her players will try to follow in her footsteps as they try to make the 1992 Olympic squad.
I'm Ann Lingefelter. Thanks for joining us.
Now, students come and go year after year, and this semester is no different. Temple Update would like to personally congratulate and thank all of the graduating seniors for their hard work and dedication.
Fall Fest is one of the many events held here on Passyunk Avenue, bringing friends and family together one event at a time. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Tasia Morgan.
For more information on Linvilla Orchards and media, you can visit linvilla.com. They have events all year round. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Lisa Livonian.
With such high rankings and a hands-on program, Fox students can graduate with the world at their fingertips. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Saba Abasi.
Temple Update wishes all of the graduating seniors the very best as they start the next chapter in their lives.
And although this is our last show of the semester, you can't get rid of us that easily. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter for the latest. Just search Temple Update.
That's right, you can also watch us on Comcast Channel 50 and Verizon Fios Channel 45. For Becca Hendrickson and the rest of the Update team, have a safe and happy holiday, and we'll see you in 2014.